Hey everyone, happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in to this YouTube live event. I'm Waller's Wallet, and earlier today there was some information, potential information coming out about the Hyatt program with an upcoming evaluation, especially to their points or cash and points option, as well as a potential positive with some premium suites, which I'll get to in a few minutes. But as always, I'll be answering your questions, so if you have them, write them down, and I will answer them towards the end of this video. Now, this was first reported by Richard Kerr, who, if you don't know, he runs Award Travel 101, and he also writes for The Points Guy. He's actually pretty well, a really good writer, as well as very smart in the Points to Miles world. And I don't think he really would have written this article if he had not had accurate information. He just doesn't come off as that person. And these changes have not yet been confirmed by Hyatt, but these leaks are supposedly coming from a reliable source. So the highest pushing cash chart is probably is a very favorable way for us to receive oversized value for your Hyatt points. But like everything in this game, things change, and so we just have to learn to adapt to these and how we can adapt to this. And especially when you take into the fact Hyatt's program has far been more valuable than Marriott, Hilton, and even IHG's charts. The one that used to rival it would probably be the old SPG chart, which is now Marriott. So the Hyatt's cash and points has just been a great way to extend the life of your points as well as received oversized solid value for those points. And I've used it personally plenty of times on my travels, as especially for sporting events when you have large, expensive rooms. So it's a great way to make that go on and make that last even longer for you. So if you don't know how points and cash works, when you book a room on points and cash, the room currently right now is a set amount of points and it's a set amount of cash, and this doesn't fluctuate at all. But the rumors going into effect are that the cash portion is going to change from a set, basically co-payment, to 50% of the room rate for that night, which is a huge variance as you look through the points and vials. So the points portion is going to stay the same though. That's not going to fluctuate. And these are going to be starting November 1st. No, wait. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Sorry, let me try that again. Okay, November 1st. So, for example, if you had a Category 4 hotel coming up and it's going to cost you $600 per night, you can currently book the Hyatt property at an availability of, it would be 7,500 points and $100, plus you'll pay the taxes and fees. Let me get this out then. Take out my microphone. It's going to be $75 in taxes and fees, or $100 taxes and fees. And it doesn't know what the room is going to cost. But what's happened coming up is that that same room costs you $600 per night is going to cost you 7,500 points, $300 in tax fees. So it's going to cost you more money on that back end. So by Hyatt tying the cash portion to the room rate, this is effectively reducing the value you're going to receive from your points after you subtract out the cash portion of your points. But for some, I guess you could consider some good news who like premium rooms. So now Hyatt is going to be allowing you to use your points to upgrade to premium suites. Now this is going to cost twice the price of a standard award night. Or if you have a paid stay, it'll be 9,000 points per night. And frankly, I don't think this is good as advertised. I just really can't imagine someone spending 60,000 Hyatt points for a premium suite at a Category 7 hotel. That just seems like a really bad way to use your points. So really, what does this devaluation mean for you? Well, if you've been thinking about making a Hyatt reservation using cash and points, I really would recommend you looking to booking your reservation by November 1st. So with Hyatt, as long as you cancel 48 hours before your reservation, you get those back. So there's no harm or foul by booking today if you have something in mind. Because once this program changes, it's going to cost you more money as doing this. So, sorry. So you want to lock these in now while you can. And if your plans change, that's okay. You cancel it, you get the points back, everything is fine. But if you don't, and come November 1st, they do make this change, then you're going to be out more money. But this also comes into effect that you're going to have to evaluate the full points cost versus a cash and points day. And I think there's really going to be times that cash and points is going to be a terrible option due to their dynamic pricing. And you with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're going to want to also check the Chase Travel Portal to see if redeeming those points at 1.5 cents per point is going to give you a better value than redeeming through the Chase, than transferring your points. But if the status is important to you, you need to remember that if you were to book your travel through the Chase Travel Portal, you're not going to receive your elite benefits from Hyatt. But I also think by Hyatt making this adjustment, it actually hurts the value of Chase Ultimate Rewards, because this was a really good option for your points. Firstly, I think Hyatt and United are probably the best partners for Ultimate Rewards, and by them doing this, it does erode some of that value. I just feel piece by piece, we're seeing some of these issues with Ultimate Rewards just slowly being chipped away, although they're still very valuable. So don't take that as they're not, they're very valuable, but I just see the value being chipped away slowly. Now, if we look to the future of these things, my gut tells me there's more to come here. When you look at the Hyatt program, the only program that used to be close to it was the SPG one, which is now Marriott. And Hyatt just offers a far greater value than IHG, Marriott, and Hilton. And we know this, and Hyatt knows this. But I think this step right here, by them introducing some sort of dynamic pricing for cash and points, is the first step for them to offer some sort of peak or off-peak awards or some sort of more dynamic pricing for their rooms. And this is really just where award travel has been shifting. We've seen it with Flying Blue. We've seen it now with Marriott adding off-peak and peak awards. Hilton's been that way for a while. So we see that that's really where it's been trending. I don't think it'll be any surprise when it'll happen, but it will still hurt. My gut tells me it'll be sometime in early 2019. I have no information of that. It's just a gut feeling. So earlier I had a question from Matty Ford asking, is the Hyatt credit card better than the SPG or the Hilton credit card? The Hyatt credit card is pretty good, for the fact that you get free category 1 through 4 point night right now. That might change if things change in the program. I don't think it really competes, though, with the Hilton Aspire due to the fact of all the perks and benefits that comes with it. You could say that the Hilton Ascend card could come close, had better earning categories, but Hilton's award chart is non-existent, and maybe in Hilton could be anywhere from 0.4 to like 0.7 cents if you're lucky on those there. You just get a better value at Hyatt. Both the Hyatt and the Ascend credit card, when you spend $15,000, you get a free night, but that would give you 2 free nights with Hilton as opposed to 1. SPG credit cards, I'm not the biggest fan of the new credit cards with SPG or Marriott. I do think that some people really like them for the fact of the free night benefit. I think they're really terrible for daily spend, with the exception of that you do get the transfer to the airlines, but Ultimate Rewards is still a better program. Jason had asked a question earlier. He has the Blue Cash Everyday and the new Amex Refreshed Gold. He wants to convert his Blue Cash Everyday to the Everyday credit card. Best of my knowledge, you cannot convert a Blue Cash Everyday to a membership reward credit card and vice versa. So you move that card from the Blue Cash Everyday to the Blue Cash Everyday Preferred or back down. You can't crisscross between them, to the best of my knowledge, and I haven't seen anything change since. I had a few questions too. Let's see. Got that there. Let's see. What's going on, Witch Worker? Let's see, not a hotel credit card. What would be the recommended to get when you're under 524? I would definitely start with your cards like the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Get your Chase Ultimate Reward rotation set up in order. That's going to be very important for you going down the line, especially as Chase has been really picky going with their credit cards. The SPG Marriott Chase, should I get the SPG the first year waived or wait until I'm under 5 Marriott? Well, I think when you look at them, it depends, I think, on how you travel. American Express isn't really widely accepted worldwide. Both the SPG Personal and the Marriott Premier Plus are pretty similar to each other, are pretty close to mirror images. I think it depends on how you travel. If you're an international traveler, Kevin, I would definitely get the Marriott card. The Marriott Business, I believe, is still not considered under the 524. But the personal is. Let's see. All right, Lewis has 130,000 points. He plans to use them in April to Cancun. Should I use the points in cash or just the points? I would take a price with the cash. I mean, if you have the cash and you want to extend the life of those points, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do so. You'd want to book a little sooner in doing that. But, it depends on how much cash in that you are willing to spend. If you have enough for full points, I always like free. Free is better than paying my money. Let's see. Points are going to suck. Yep. I think Hyatt knows that they're so valuable. I don't necessarily think they are worried about it. Even if they truly value the program, let's say 30 or 40%, they're still better point-wise than Marriott, which might be the second one closest to that. Let's see. Are Hyatt better internationally? Unfortunately, the thing with Maddie with Hyatt is that their footprint is so small. They really don't compete with Hilton, IHG, or Marriott when it comes to international footprint. They're decent here in the U.S., but if you look at the big cities internationally, they have some. Their footprint is just a fraction of what some of these larger hotel chains are. Witchworker, don't worry. I think you'd still get plenty of value to those 5,000 points to Hyatt. Matt, exactly. It is just like Southwest. Is it still a keeper, the free night? So let's see. Brady's asking, is it still a keeper card? I'm assuming you're asking about the Hyatt credit card, free night plus status. I have my credit cards for Hyatt. I think it's still a keeper at this moment in time with the category 1 through 4 being offered. That could change in the future. But I think right now I definitely keep it for that free night benefit. And if you're someone who values Hyatt, then I would definitely spending the 15,000 if you don't have any other non-bonus cards for that free night benefit of the category 1 through 4. But I do think it's a keeper, at least for the free night benefit. I don't really think with the Discover status is that great. It's mediocre, but it's better than nothing. Do you think this is just another plus on American Express changes? Witchworker, I'm not understanding your question. Do you think this is just another positive on American Express and the changes they're making? American Express has been making some positive changes. I think they have their issues as well. But I definitely like where American Express is going for domestic users as well as for their new gold card as well. So Hilton would be a better credit card pick than Hyatt for international use. I would absolutely say Hilton or Marriott would be a better choice for international use than Hilton. I would definitely check the location you're going to see if there's a Hyatt in that location. For example, I think Rome is just starting. I think they're actually building one in Rome, but there's nothing there. Paris has a few, London has some. But if you're looking for a particular location, I would research that location first to see if there's a Hyatt. But typically, the Hiltons or the Marriotts are going to give you a better value, leave you more options. I think I answered all the questions there. All right. If there's any questions, all right. So tell me, I'm curious, what do you think about these upcoming changes? How much is this going to affect your travel, and what are your plans moving forward with Hyatt? Do you plan to keep them? Do you plan to jump loyalty to another hotel chain, or do you plan to go the Airbnb route? I personally love Airbnb, but it just gives you a lot of options. So I just want to thank everyone here for tuning in this week. You guys, 16 of you joined in on a Friday night. Thank you very much. I appreciate all that. Thanks for tuning in to this YouTube live event. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, or you know somebody who might benefit from listening to this Hyatt video, feel free to share it with them. Remember, I post the videos every Thursday, so if you like learning about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, or just flat out traveling for less, consider hitting that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you all Thursday. And a fun fact, I'm only 20 subscribers away from my first 1,000 subscribers, so I'd like to thank each one of you again for the support. It's been pretty fantastic so far. Safe travels, take care. I will see all of you on Thursday.